The tension around Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis keeps growing, building into something far beyond a simple boxing match. This is more than two men preparing to trade punches. It's pride, legacy, ego, and entertainment all colliding under one roof. Both fighters have spent months grinding, and every move, every soundbite, and every sparring clip only fuels the anticipation. There's no more pretending this is just another exhibition. This has become personal, and both men know that when the bell rings, there's no turning back. Gervonta Davis's camp is pure intensity. Every punch thrown during training echoes with purpose. His focus isn't on the cameras or the headlines. It's on the mission. His coaches remind him constantly that this fight isn't about money or fame, it's about dominance. Tank trains like a man who's defending something sacred. His speed, his timing, his explosive power, they're sharper than ever. Every drill is executed with discipline born from experience. He's been in deep waters before, and he knows exactly how to swim through chaos. For Davis, Jake Paul isn't a threat. He's an opportunity to shut down the noise once and for all. Across the country, Jake Paul is in his own war zone of preparation. His training camp looks different this time. More serious, more focused, more punishing. Gone are the jokes and the pranks that once filled his vlogs. This time, his demeanor is measured and disciplined. He's sparring harder, studying film, working on head movement, and perfecting his combinations. Jake insists this is the camp where everything changes, where he'll finally earn respect as a real fighter. He promises fans that his movement will surprise everyone, that his improved defense and counterpunching will silence critics who call him a showman pretending to be a boxer. But deep down, even his supporters know he's walking into something far more dangerous than he's ever faced. This isn't an aging MMA veteran or a semi-retired athlete looking for a paycheck. This is Gervonta Davis, an undefeated world champion, a man who ends fights with one touch, a fighter whose punches erase confidence in seconds. For every inch of size Jake gains in height and reach, Tank compensates with ferocity and precision. Analysts have been debating the matchup non-stop. Paulie Malignaggi didn't hold back when he pointed out that Jake's career has been carefully managed, every opponent chosen to highlight his strengths and hide his weaknesses. But against Davis, that safety net doesn't exist. This is a man who thrives on danger, who feeds off pressure. One mistake could send Jake spiraling to the canvas, his viral fame flashing before his eyes. And that's exactly what Tank is counting on. While fans argue over who's the real fighter and who's the entertainer, the lines between boxing and spectacle blur more than ever. Fighters like Teofimo Lopez have labeled the event pure entertainment, suggesting it's less about competition and more about keeping boxing relevant in a digital age. Others disagree. They say Tank's pride would never allow him to treat this fight as a joke. For him, every bout, no matter the opponent, defines his legacy. Losing isn't an option. Former sparring partners of Jake Paul have warned that he's stepping into unknown territory. They've seen Tank's power firsthand and described it as something beyond ordinary strength. It's speed, precision, and violence all fused into one. A single punch from Davis can shift the entire tone of a fight, and Jake, no matter how confident, has never been tested like that. His size may look imposing on camera, but once the leather starts flying, experience always tells the truth. Still, Jake's team insists he's ready. They say he's studied Davis's every move, that he's learned how to neutralize the smaller man's angles and footwork. But even they can't deny the risk. Jake has never gone 12 hard rounds with a fighter of Tank's caliber. His past victories were built on spectacle. This one demands survival. Then there's the human side, the part fans rarely see. Tim Bradley reminded everyone that Tank isn't just a fighter, he's a survivor. His life outside the ring has been a constant battle. Born into hardship, raised through struggle, he found discipline and identity through boxing. Every time he steps into the gym, he carries the weight of everything he's overcome. Bradley's words painted a portrait of a man who doesn't fight for fame but for purpose. He channels pain into power, criticism into motivation. And when he looks across the ring at Jake Paul, he doesn't see a celebrity. He sees a test of everything he's built. Despite the hype, not everything about this event has gone smoothly. Reports suggest that ticket sales have been slower than expected. Critics say fans see it as more of a show than a serious fight, while others argue that modern audiences consume boxing differently now, through clips, memes, and highlight reels. But the buzz is undeniable. The Netflix promos are cinematic, the production breathtaking, the energy electric. Whether fans buy tickets or not, millions will be watching. For Tank, this is a chance to remind the world what real boxing looks like. For Jake, it's another step in rewriting his story as a legitimate competitor. Even respected fighters like Carl Froch have expressed concern about the physical mismatch, pointing out that such cross-division fights can be dangerous if taken too lightly. Froch's warnings are rooted in reality. Size and reach can mean little when speed and precision come into play, but all it takes is one wrong exchange for disaster. Still, for every voice of caution, there's one of optimism. Bruce Carrington believes fights like this are necessary to keep boxing alive in the modern era. He says these matchups bring in new fans, introduce fresh audiences to the sport, and keep boxing relevant in a world dominated by short attention spans and viral content. To him, it's not about whether Jake Paul deserves the spotlight. It's about whether boxing can evolve enough to embrace it. In Tank's camp, there's no debate. His close friend and fellow fighter Hermel Moughton spoke confidently about Tank's readiness, revealing that he regularly spars with much larger men. To them, Jake's size isn't an obstacle. It's just another target. Moughton insists that Tank's ring IQ, his ability to read and dismantle opponents, will make the difference. He's smaller, yes, but he's faster, sharper, and far more dangerous in close quarters. As the countdown to fight night continues, the atmosphere feels like the calm before a storm. The fans are divided, the analysts conflicted, and the fighters locked in a collision course that no one can look away from. Jake Paul built his empire on defying expectations, but this time, he's up against something raw and unforgiving. Tank Davis doesn't just fight for fame, he fights to remind the world what real fighters look like. And that's what makes this moment so powerful. Beneath the lights, the cameras, and the endless chatter, two men will meet to settle a question that has haunted boxing for years. Can hype defeat heritage? Can entertainment stand toe-to-toe with discipline? The answers will come not from press conferences or predictions, but from fists, timing, and heart. The only certainty is that when the bell rings, neither man can hide behind talk, strategy, or reputation. It will come down to instinct, courage, and who wants it more. Now it's your turn. Who do you think walks out victorious? Jake Paul with another shock to the boxing world, or Gervonta Davis with a brutal reminder of what real power looks like? Will this fight change the sport, or just entertain the masses? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next deep dive into the stories shaping the fight world.